Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So this one is a bit ridiculous, to be honest. I wanted to try out guns, because I haven't really tried out guns yet. You can see some of them are going already. Wait for me to finish, guys, come on. So, as you can see, I have flagellants in the front line. I want these guys basically to hold things in place. They're unbreakable, so they should be able to hold stuff for a while, right? Also, I've got a load of spearmen. I've got 4 units, just the basic ones. Couldn't afford shields, I just needed numbers. Because I spent quite a lot of money on my guns, I have 5 units of handgunners, and I have 2 Hellblaster volley guns, which is absolutely ludicrous. Also, I needed some cavalry to help screen and basically be everywhere. I just needed to plug up gaps when need be. You know, if there was stuff coming in the back, I could quickly react to it, so I needed some cav. So I just went with the cheaper Empire Knights. And obviously I can use combined arms. I can turn some handgunners around and shoot whatever they're attacking, and it should die pretty quickly. That's the plan. Also, I have Balthazar Gelt, because he's a great battery. He'll just basically generate Winds of Magic constantly, so it's pretty cool. He's got the Staff of Lands and Arcane Conduit. Very good wizard. I really like this wizard. I did give him Final Transmutation and Transmutation of Lead, just in case, but actually that's not really why I brought him. I just wanted him for the Winds of Magic for this guy. So, nets. Brilliant. So I'll have the net of Amantog, so I can pin stuff in place even more. I did give him Exorcism, which was a complete mistake. Whoops. But he's going to be very reliable. He's also got the Power Stone for even more Winds of Magic. So that's nice. So I should be able to net stuff in place and shoot the crap out of it. So my opponent here, who will be nameless, he's a subscriber of mine, so I'm going to be replacing his name later with a picture of a cat. As you do. You know, I don't want to embarrass him. This was a fun game, but, you know, I kind of gave him a bit of a curveball here. I'm not sure he was expecting this. He didn't really build for it. So, yeah, I don't want to embarrass him. So here, he's got the Death Creepers and the Morgoth's Mangy Marauders. They just got completely torn to shreds in the opening volley to Hellblasters. He's also got a front line of Orc Boys, so nice, cheap and reliable. He's also got Goblin Archers and the Rusty Arrows, so the classic Goblin firing squad. A couple of big uns at the back. Big uns I think are just super reliable. They hit so hard, they'll kill any state troops. Except great swords, I assume. So they're great. I really like them. And that anti-large really helps against cavalry and lords and all sorts. So they're very useful. Also, he's got Wurzags to be able to pin things in place, do a lot of damage. And here, it does seem like he expected at least a cannon or 2, because he's put him right behind the Arachnarok Spider. So the Arachnarok Spider will be taking the flak. So I've actually got 1 Hellblaster firing at Wurzag and 1 firing at the Arachnarok Spider. So that's fun. And also, he's got some Night Goblin Squig Hoppers in the back as well. So I need to watch out for these guys. They'll be able to kill an artillery crew in a matter of seconds. They're anti-infantry, they're charged. They'll just waste my artillery crews. So I've got to stop these guys. And handgunners, they'll do a ton of work too. Basically, I just need to make sure these guys can't get a charge in, because it'll hurt. It'll hurt a lot. So let's speed things up. So, gonna start screening out, you know, trying to work out where my units are going to go, where his units are going, so I can block most effectively. So, Wurzag, he's taken a bit of damage from the Hellblaster volley gun already, so that's pretty great. Morgoth's Mangy Marauders are still running, but they do come back just in time, just before they get to the white line. So that's good news for the Orcs here. So here he's trying to sneak some guys around the back. You can see with these guys, I've had to basically move the Spearmen to screen for them, but I'm going to have to bring them into this gap to stop these guys. He's also bringing the Death Creepers in as well, which will be very useful. Here I'm actually starting to fire at the Rusty Arrows because I want to kill them nice and early because they're a nice valuable target. And luckily, they're at a right angle to my artillery, so they are going to get shredded in a matter of seconds. So FG to Git on the Flagellants. Not a bad idea. It means his archers can just shoot at them and I don't get into his archers. And it means he can sort of, you know, load up this flank quite heavily. So I did charge into the Orc Boys with the Empire Knights. So I did a lot of damage to them. I tried to pull out for another charge but then got distracted. And here I try and move the handgunners out of the way, but way too late. There we go, just started moving. So lovely for Gork, but there's still a lot of them alive. There's still a lot of them that are going. And these flagellants are going to get shot to pieces, I don't even notice. Wurzag, though, he's nearly dead. And I've netted the Arachnarok, and I'm just shooting at him with so much that he's not going to last for very long. Over here, I managed to catch out the Squig Hoppers with the Empire Knights, which is great for me. And I have to turn around this artillery to start shooting into this stuff so I can kill him quicker. Because he can pull 1 unit out and sneak in here and do serious work. So that's not good for me. So these Empire Knights keeping these guys busy, but my Spearmen here aren't holding. These guys are breaking. So the Orc Boys and the Big Uns are now flooding in. These handgunners are in a bit of a sorry state. Here I did actually charge with Balthazar Gelt. Not sure what these handgunners are doing. Apparently they do still have a bit of a problem with wanting to show people their guns. But I think I just picked a bad target. That was clearly not something they could fire at. So, you know, my bad. So here, this stuff has broken, but my guns are still firing and they're actually hitting a lot of the Empire Knights. Whoops. Anyway, so Empire Knights coming here to the defense of the Hellblaster volley gun. Luckily, the big guns went this way to try and deal with this stuff, rather than coming this way to deal with the Empire Knights. So, thank God for that. But, sending in the Light Wizard, he's on foot, so they're not going to get the anti-large, but they do hit very hard. But I'm going to try and pin these guys down a bit with the Light Wizard. And Balthazar Gelt's in here having a whale of a time. These Spearmen still holding the Orc Boys at bay, and all my handguns are opening fire on basically everything. So it's looking a bit iffy. So here I actually use a final transmutation just because I don't really need the net anymore. I've kind of got enough of a firing line to shoot anything that might try and sneak in, and all of the infantry is in disarray right now, so that's pretty great. So final transmutation, that's enough to scare everything off and everything starts shattering. So there we go, guns. Guns guys, guns work. So Pyrrhic victory. So a bit insane, that was a bit insane. Yeah, guns kill people apparently. Actually, guns don't kill people. Balthazar Gelt kills people, I suppose. Anyway, this was pretty fantastic. I didn't think this would necessarily work. I thought I'd just get overrun and murdered. I was really lucky that it's an Arachnarok Spider, I think. That was the perfect target, just a net and gun down. And it is so expensive. And Wurzag, he just couldn't keep safe from all the guns. So just having one unit of artillery, look at that, 2 chevrons. Basically all he did was kill Wurzag, but that's such a great target for me. He just needed to shut these guys down, and unfortunately he just didn't have a wide enough line to do that. He didn't have quite enough maneuverability. His skirmish cav just got taken out really early by the guns, so they weren't really able to maximise their effectiveness. And yeah, there was nothing vanguarded, so you know there was nothing that closed the gap very quickly. He was just missing a few things that you need to deal with Empire as it stands at the moment. I think the Empire are going to be very black powder heavy, so you've got to bring stuff that can just quickly get on top of them. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more Forest Goblin Spider Riders and things like that. I mean, they only cost 400, but they can just tear handgunners apart, and even if they don't actually finish off a unit, even if, you know, I sent Empire Knights to deal with them, chances are my front line would have buckled, you know, by the time I've saved the handgunners in question, you know? So I think you've got to go with combined arms as the Greenskins, actually, to stop the Empire from able to use combined arms themselves. I mean, even these guys, look, Goblin Archers, fair few kills. Against unarmored targets. I think that's mainly the flagellants that they caught out, but if these guys were shooting at the handgunners, a lot of the handgunners would have died very quickly. These guys are very bad at getting shot by arrows. They have almost no armour. And yeah, they just have no defense against arrows. So they can get picked apart very quickly by very cheap units. So that's an idea. And obviously, if you are going gun heavy, you can't really be that aggressive either. So I can't really harass his backline in the same way that he can harass mine. Because, you know, my Empire Knights need to be keeping all this stuff safe. I can't go on the offensive, especially if there's like a unit of, I don't know, nasty skulkers or something hidden in the back that's going to just suddenly turn up and butcher all of my artillery crews. You've got to play it safe. If you're going to bring, you know, artillery heavy builds, you can't go that aggressive. You can move the front line up a bit just to create some distance, but against the Greenskins that can just bring in so many vanguard stalking units, you know, it's very scary. You've got to really play defensively, I think. So I think you just need more maneuverability as the Greenskins nowadays, which is a real pity. You know, for this particular battle anyway, because the Arachnarok Spider I think is just too juicy a target. It's not going to last against the Empire. With, you know, all of their now cheaper artillery as well. They aim better. They don't just trim away at the edge of a unit. They fire straight down the middle now, most of the time anyway. And the handgunners are much more reliable. There's just all of this stuff is much more reliable than it was. And so, although the Empire haven't got a load of big buffs in terms of stats, just the behaviour of units has improved a heck of a lot in this patch. So I think they're a lot more feasible than they were in the previous one. They have a lot more options, because frankly, their options now do the thing they're meant to do. So that is pretty great. So anyway, I've waffled on for far too long. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for a little bit of gun montage, because it's always fun to see guns in action, right? I'll see you in the next one.